When we talk about global trade, it becomes essential to understand that trade and diplomacy are deeply interconnected. Both empower each other. While trade policies, agreements, and relations strengthen diplomacy, diplomacy not only secures trade but also facilitates it. Diplomacy plays a crucial role in ensuring the continuity and stability of international trade as it helps in establishing relations between countries, resolving disputes, and formulating policies. A fresh example of this complex relationship can be seen in the emerging trade tensions between India and Bangladesh, pointing towards a shifting diplomatic balance. But just think, how can a decision which at first glance appears to be a merely logistical convenience reversal suddenly signal a major geopolitical turn? Has India taken this step only to respond to Bangladesh, or is there a deeper strategic plan behind it? And the most important question, is this decision limited to trade calculations alone, or can it also change the direction of relations between the two countries? Let's attempt to find answers to these crucial questions through the video. India has recently withdrawn the transshipment facility granted to Bangladesh. This was the same facility under which Bangladesh could send its goods to West Asia, Europe, and other countries via Indian routes. Although this facility will remain available for Nepal and Bhutan, for all other regions it has been discontinued with immediate effect. The official reasoning from India behind this decision is that the transshipment facility was causing delays in the export of its own goods, increasing costs and leading to congestion at major cargo terminals. The Delhi Air Cargo Complex was specifically mentioned in this context. The Ministry of External Affairs stated that this decision is entirely based on practical reasons, not on any political sentiment. In fact, India-Bangladesh trade came into discussion when the head of Bangladesh's interim government, Professor Muhammad Yunus, referred to Bangladesh as the guardian of the ocean during a high-level meeting in Beijing and urged China to increase trade ties with India's northeastern states via Bangladeshi ports. He said, and I quote, "India's 7 states, the 7 sisters of Northeast India, are landlocked. They do not have access to the sea. This opens up a big opportunity and can help expand the Chinese economy." Unquote. Bangladesh's tilt may give a new dimension to China's Belt and Road Initiative, which could significantly affect India's northeastern security and connective policy. That is why India has not taken these statements lightly. Even though there was no sharp response from the government, the withdrawal of this transshipment facility is being viewed as a response to the same. The message is clear. India does not take its strategic interests lightly. Following this decision, Bangladesh's commerce advisor said that their country will not be significantly affected. However, the reality is that Bangladesh has largely depended on Indian routes and ports. Goods moving from ports like Chatgaon and Mongla used to reach Gulf countries and Europe via India. Now that this route is blocked, logistic costs are bound to rise, which may impact the competitiveness of Bangladeshi products. In recent years, Bangladesh has strengthened its ties with China. China is not only investing in Bangladesh's infrastructure, but also expanding its presence in various sectors, from supplying weapons to building ports. This is a concern for India. Particularly, the presence of Chinese companies at Chatgaon Port and Paira ports gives China a strategic foothold in the Bay of Bengal. If Bangladesh leans further towards China following India's displeasure, it could undermine India's neighborhood-first policy. India and Bangladesh have historically had mixed relations. India's role in Bangladesh's independence in 1971 is still seen with respect by the people there. But in recent years, some differences have emerged between the two countries, including issues like river water sharing, border disputes, illegal migration, and trade imbalance. Though many agreements have been signed in the field of trade between the two nations, Bangladesh has complained that despite importing more from India, its exports to India are very limited. On the other hand, India worries that Bangladesh's inclination towards China may affect its regional security policy. India must maintain transparency in its decisions, but also ensure that these steps do not appear as a result of temporary displeasure. If the step was motivated by logistical challenges, it should have been communicated more clearly through dialogue. According to experts, rebuilding trust through dialogue with Bangladesh is essential. The impact of such steps is not just bilateral but affects the stability of the entire South Asia region. To limit the role of external factors like China, India must build better economic partnerships and a climate of trust with its neighbors. This recent dispute between India and Bangladesh shows how a small decision can influence the geopolitical fabric. It is not merely a withdrawal of the transshipment facility, but a signal that India expects respect and understanding from its neighbors. It also signals that China's growing presence is prompting India to adopt more strategic thinking in its policies. The road ahead will only be paved through diplomatic dialogue, transparent trade policy, and regional unity. Because only if neighboring countries consider each other as partners, not competitors, will stability be possible. The UK government has announced an additional £450 million in military aid to Ukraine, which is being sent as a significant step ahead of a meeting of 50 countries in Brussels. Defense Secretary John Healey stated that this aid is intended to increase pressure on Russian President Vladimir Putin and strengthen Ukraine's defense capabilities. This package includes hundreds of thousands of drones, anti-tank mines, and the repair of military vehicles previously sent by the UK. Out of the total aid, £350 million will be provided by UK, while the remaining amount will come from the UK-led International Fund for Ukraine with Norway's participation. Healey said that 2025 is a decisive year for Ukraine, and this aid is being provided to bring it to a stronger position. On 10th April, US President Donald Trump said that if Iran does not stop its nuclear weapons program, Israel will lead military action against it. Before the US-Iran talks in Oman, Trump said, and I quote, "If needed, we will take military action and Israel will play a leading role in it," unquote. He also mentioned that the talks are not heading in the right direction and he believes that an agreement is not being reached. Trump called the 2015 nuclear deal the worst deal and withdrew the US from it in 2018. Iran's nuclear program once again appears to be a cause of global concern. Despite the recent devastating earthquake, Myanmar's ruling military has reiterated its plan to hold general elections in December this year. Although scenes of destruction and the challenges of relief work have emerged, officials say the biggest obstacle is not the natural disaster, but the ongoing political crisis in the country. According to the military, the process of restoring basic infrastructure is being accelerated to conduct elections on time. However, experts believe that widespread discontent, armed conflict, and lack of civil administration in large parts of the country make the situation extremely complex. Doubts remain about the December elections as ongoing protests against military rule and political instability may affect the electoral process. So viewers, we conclude the discussion here and note today's question. Analyze the recent transshipment decision in the context of increasing Chinese influence over India-Bangladesh trade and strategic relations.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.